Hi, I'm Goblin Wildfire, leader of the Zone of Endless, and we are now about to start part 2 of the hard version of Regicide. We have cleared the second out of 3 boss encounters in this story mission, and we are now about ready to take on Oryx. But before we get too carried away, I'm actually going to go ahead and switch to my sniper rifle for a brief moment here, because there's a little detail I have to take care of right at the start. So this hallway is actually part of the very start of when you first get on the Dreadnought. So you may find it familiar. Okay, so on the normal version, a whole bunch of Knights and Thralls would have been running to the door, but not in this case. Instead, 3 adds are going to spawn on the other side, one of which is a Phalanx, not much of a problem. But the 2 other problems which I just took out were the Vandals. Had I left them up, they would have been picking me off from almost a mile away. Let's not take chances with them. Now another ad's going to spawn here. Just a Phalanx. Just drop it. Any way you choose. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that my weapons are loaded, and I'm also going to switch back to my shotgun. Okay. I think we're just about set. And then, just beyond this hallway, is the trenchway that we're taking care of. You know it gets serious once it gets dark like this. And then once you step in here, the fight begins. Now, I've taken on this boss a few times before, but use your super now, because if you wait too much longer, he will start draining your light, and it will cost you your super, even at full charge. So, deal some damage to him, interrupt him, and try and bring some of those adds under control in the process. Now, this phase revolves around interrupting Oryx's light drain, because if you let him drain your light for too long, he will use an ability called King's Ultimatum, which hits for an incredible amount of damage. You definitely want to keep that interrupted, or you could easily lose this fight. Now, while this is going on, some Acolytes and Hobgoblins are going to spawn. Take cover behind these 2 pillars, and you should be able to avoid the sniper fire from the Hobgoblins. The Acolytes you'll have to keep under control, because they can summon eyes, and they will generate a lot of bullets, causing a lot of damage to you. Now we just got to interrupt Oryx again. Now he's down to 75%, so we're going to go ahead and get ready for phase 2. During this transition, be sure to clear out all of the adds before the phase begins. Oh, come on. Okay, so now all the adds have been brought under control. I'm going to go ahead and break out my rocket launcher for this next part. For 3 distinct reasons. Oh, gotta interrupt him. Okay, so take out some of those Scions. But you definitely want to take out the Captains, because they can easily become a nuisance, especially with their Dark Ball ability. Now, at this point, since the Captains are down, the fight's going to be a little easier. Now, you'll have to watch out for an orange circle that's going to spawn on the ground beneath you. Basically, you stand in it for too long, you burn to death. Don't stand in it. You won't survive. There's a few Scions up. Bring Oryx down to 50%, and you'll start phase 3. Okay, so we're about ready to start phase 3. Oryx is going to spawn right over here. There he is. A well-timed grenade will be able to interrupt his light drain. So he'll drain your light one more time, and then he'll gain the ability to start throwing shadow bolts, which means you'll definitely want to take cover behind the rock formations over here. Now, Oryx is going to be a lot more mobile in this phase. The important thing is that you don't want to ever let him catch up to you. Because if he does, he can hit you in the head with a sword and knock you out cold. Don't do it. Now, avoid wasting any heavy ammo in this phase. You'll want to have it handy for phase 4. It'll make that last phase tremendously easier than if you were to go without. I also have a fully charged super, which I'm also going to save for that last phase. The thralls themselves are not going to be so much of a problem, but you notice that there are some phalanxes that are also up as well. Drop them as quickly as possible, because if they trap you, they can essentially corner you for a lot of damage. Okay. Keep pelting Oryx until you get him down to about 15 to 20%. At which point phase 4 will start. He is running after me. Run! 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 Reload! Shoot! Okay, come on. Any day now. There we go. Okay. Phase 4. We are now stuck inside the Altar of Oryx. Now, you see that there are 4 pillars around. Whoa! Anybody see that right out of the corner of the screen? Yeah, exactly. Now, take cover behind the pillars, that way you don't get pelted by his shadow bolts, like such. Now, you won't be able to hit him while he's outside of the altar, but somehow he can hit you. Not exactly a fair fight. Get rid of the ads as quickly as possible. Thralls will go down easily, the knight will take a little more punishment before he goes down. And more shadow bolts. Come on, there we go. So the ads are down, and he is going to get ready to come at you, at which point, throw some hammers at him. Smack him in the face with a hammer. Deal some damage. Oh, nope, not going to reach him. Okay. Throw more shadow bolts. Come on. Ah, more shadow bolts. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, so he's calling for backup, and it looks like phalanxes. I'm not going to be pulling any punches here, so let's go ahead and... Oh, that was not a good call. Let's get rid of that last phalanx. So I've got 1 rocket shell left, so we better make this count. Okay, he is teleporting again. Oh, 3 shots at him. Oh, and he dropped like a fly. What a mistake by Oryx. What's he doing? He's got taken energy and he just shoved it into his chest. And that laugh kind of makes me feel a little uneasy because I think he's going to be back for round 2. Story to be continued in the King's Fall raid. But for now, this one goes in the win book. And that is the hard version of Regicide. Back at the wreckage.
My queen, you were right. The Guardian was the key. For the first time, the whispers are silent. It is done.
What the? The hilt of the sword begins to crack. Shiny.
I have accepted my fate. I will not fail.
And yeah, that's it. So if you found this guide to be somewhat remotely helpful, please don't hesitate to throw a like at this video. And I will be making more guides to come on each of the different stages in the entirety of Destiny. So until next time, I'll see you on the next battle.